Thank you, Frank. Now we will hear from Switzerland. Leyens will inform us about the progress in the Swiss Agency for Therapeutic Products.
Hello. I also would like to thank Beat. I'm delighted to be back. Last time I was here was 2014, I think, where the first declaration of Basel was made, so really happy to be back. Thank you. I will talk to you about the situation at Swissmedic. So I will start with a short introduction, but you may already know Swissmedic, so it will be very short. And the four key tools to support nanomedicine that we have, the development of nanomedicine, then some legal basis, some figures. I analyzed the clinical trials we have approved since 2007, so I will talk a little bit about that. And some of the challenges we see, but I will cut that short because they have already been discussed enough during the conference. So Swissmedic is the Swiss Agency for Therapeutic Products. We do the authorization of medicinal products, licenses for manufacturing, and so on. And the department I work in is the authorization and inspection of clinical trials. So the first tool we have is the internal expert group. Like in other agencies, we have a group of experts from different departments that meet regularly to discuss some of the issues that we may have in the agency, like new applications in clinical trials or new marketing authorization applications or other issues. It's a very active group and very engaged. Then in Switzerland, we have the National Action Plan for Synthetic Nanomaterials. It was published in 2008. It was evaluated in 2012, and in 2014 it was decided to continue the work until 2019. There may be some people in the room that have drafted this, so they will be more knowledgeable than I am. But in 2014, in the evaluation, they decided to continue it because there were some open goals like the internationalization. So joining more of international groups like the OECD, the European Commission, or the ISO. Then also the creation of standards for specification and testing methods and other open issues. And of course, as we sit here talking and discussing about the IPRF, the international collaboration is essential, and we really welcome this platform. It's really, really informative and useful for us being a small agency, and the interchange with the very experienced other agencies. So I really like this sentence from Henry Forge. I think we're already in the working together is success, so definitely going along the good path. And then we also have a scientific advice process, and as in the other regions, it's really encouraged that you come and talk to us early so that we can discuss some of the issues of the development of the product. Then, as you may already know, we don't have any specific guidelines or regulations. We consider every product in a case-by-case basis because every product based on nanotechnology is very different from each other. So as the other regions, we consider that they need to be looked individually. But we do have a flagging system in our forms, in the marketing authorization form and the clinical trial application forms, and I will show you the clinical trial application form. So we ask the sponsors to notify us that it's a product containing nanoparticles, and you can see the definition we developed, and it contains the dimension, but it also contains the mode of action. So both aspects are very important. We don't have regulation over papers, but we look at the international reflection papers and publications from other regions, Japan, EMA, and FDA. And some of the figures I wanted to talk to you. So we approved in 2007 13 trials. It may look as a very little number for you, but if you compare of the number that have been discussed by the US or by Marisa today, it's actually in similar terms when you look at the size of Switzerland. Since 2014, there have been more applications, and we rejected 2 trials in 2013 for safety reasons of the product. But all of the other ones, after some rounds of questions, we were able to approve them. So what were these trials? Mostly phase 3 trials, also one first in human and phase 2. The sponsors were mostly industry, SMEs and big pharma, and about 30% were in academia. And mostly in oncology, as we have already heard. But we also saw some in metabolic disorders, blood disorders, and 2 that were in separate indications. And the challenges, well, we have heard about them a lot. The main challenge we see is to evaluate quality, safety, and efficacy and bring the data to us, and also to demonstrate the appropriateness of the methods you have used. But I think there the EU and US and CL are really doing a good job for that. Then the very heterogeneous group of medicines, we know that. What is the type of nanomaterial? What are the implications? The borderline products, very, very interesting topic, and I think there will be much more to come in the future as the technology develops, and it will be also more challenging for us to decide where to put them and how to evaluate them, until which regulation. And also the level of current scientific knowledge. We are limited by that level, also the regulatory body, so we know in the science as much as you know, or you can tell us. Some of the quality aspects, so what percentage of nanoparticles makes a product nano? I think you discussed that this morning as well. In the European Commission, the definition is 50%. Is that appropriate? The characterization mechanism, we're working towards the validation and standardization of this. So I think you are on a very good track. And how to detect the material in biological samples, which tests are appropriate or not, so they all go in the same direction. But yeah, so that was the talk. Thank you very much.